Okay, and welcome back, students who are taking Math for Business and Finance and Math Applications. And we are now we're working on the Chapter 9 word problems, the assigned odd numbered problems. So let me scroll down to we finished on 27, so now we're on 29. Westway Company pays Susie Chan $2,200 per week. By the end of week 51, how much did Westway deduct for Susie's Social Security and Medicare for the year? Assume Social Security is 6.2% on $110,100 and 1.45% on Medicare. Right? What state and federal unemployment taxes does Westway pay on Susie's yearly salary? The state unemployment rate is 5.1%. Okay, and FUTA is 0.8%. Okay, so Susie Chan gets $2,200 a week, and at the end of 51 weeks, so that's 2,200 times 51 means she has earned 200 times 51 means she has earned $112,200. Okay. Now, how much did Westway deduct for Susie's Social Security and Medicare for the year? Okay, remember that Social Security, we'll do that first. All right, Social Security has a limit of $110,100. So you can only tax the 6.2% on the $110,100. Anything above that is not taxable. And since she's earned more than that, we can only take the $110,100 and multiply it by the 6.2%, and we get, let's see here, $66,826.20. So that's how much is for Social Security. Let me write this up here. So $112,200 for the year. Erase this. Okay, so this is Social Security. And for Medicare, okay, it's unlimited, all right, meaning it doesn't matter how much you earn, you're going to pay 1.45%. So if she earned 112,200 times the 1.45%, that gives us a total of $1,626.90. So that's how much is taken for Medicare. All right. Now, we're going to talk about FUTA and SUTA. Okay, so it says, let's do FUTA first. I always do FUTA first. I don't know why. But FUTA is 0.8%. But remember, there is, for FUTA and SUTA, there's a limit of $7,000. Okay, so since obviously she's earned more than $7,000, then that means on the $7,000 for FUTA, we multiply that by 0.8%. Okay, and that gives us $56 for FUTA. Okay, and now just remember here that when we're doing this, if I type in the, we have to be careful of what we punch into the calculator if you're using a calculator, right? 0.8% is a percentage, okay? It's not a decimal. In order to convert it into a decimal, we have to move the decimal place 2 to the left, right? So actually, when we're punching this into the calculator, we're going to punch in 7,000 and then times 0.008, okay? And that will give us our $56, okay? Don't make the mistake of just typing in 7,000 times 0.8. If you do that, you're going to get the wrong answer, Okay, the wrong amounts. Right, so FUTA is 56, and SUTA again is 7,000 times the 5.1%, and that comes out to $357. Okay, so FUTA and SUTA are relatively easy. I mean, whereas Social Security, most people don't get to the limit of 110,000, or today, whatever it is, 118,000. For FUTA and SUTA, an awful lot of people do reach the $7,000 limit. And that's why paying attention to the year-to-date wage on the payroll register is so important, because once you see them hit the $7,000, then you never have to deduct any more for, make the calculation for the FUTA and SUTA for that particular employee. Obviously, new hires or whatever have you are still going to be below the 7,000, or somebody who, let's just say earns $100 a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 5,200. They're still below. But if somebody who's working, $10 an hour, 40 hours a week, they're eventually going to hit that $7,000 limit. So, all right, that's it for that problem. And the last one here in the word problems is Tiffany Lind earned $1,200 during her biweekly pay period. She is married and claims 4 deductions. So her gross pay is $1,200, and it's a biweekly pay period. Her annual earnings are $52,521, which obviously is well below the Social Security limit. So it says calculate her net pay, right? Right. Let's do the federal withholding tax first, okay? And remember, she's married with 4 allowances, so let's bounce up to the table up here, okay? And we're looking at this here was a biweekly pay period, right? So on our allowance chart, we're looking at biweekly, and that's $146.15 for each allowance, and she has 4 of them, so we multiply by 4, and we get $584.60. Okay. Now, she was paid $1,200, so we subtract the $584.60 and come up with $615.40. Okay, that is the amount that we're going to be concerned with as far as being taxable. Now, this was biweekly, so we're biweekly, and she was married, so we come down here to this scale here, and it says over 312 or over 981. Well, it's over 312, but not over 981, so we're going to use this line right here. Okay, so for the 312 portion, all right, nothing is withheld, but 10% is withheld for anything over the 312. So we have to figure out how much is over 312, so we subtract the 312, and $303.40 is over the 312, and that's at 10%, so we multiply by 10%, and we end up with $30.34 is how much is withheld for federal withholding tax, because there was 0 on the first 312 and only $30.34 on the amount that's over 312. Okay, so federal withholding is $330.34. Okay, let me come over here. Okay, so federal withholding is 3034, right? Social Security, it's below the limit, so 1200 times 6.2% is $74.40. Okay, so Social Security is equal to $74.40, and Medicare is all taxable at 1.45%. And so that is $17.40. So Medicare is $17.40. All right, so let's erase this here. And in order to calculate the net pay, we take the $1,200 gross, and then we deduct our federal withholding of $30.34. We deduct $74.40 for our Social Security, and we deduct $17.40 for our Medicare, and that gives us a net pay of $1,077.86 for the net pay. Okay, bottom line answer. Okay, and that's it for the word problems, and I will see you over in the summary practice test.